Hello, DeFiChain gang. Welcome to today's Fireside Chat. I hope you're all having a great day and reserved some time for an exciting guest tonight. Before we start with the show, we need to sort out some boring housekeeping items. First of all, if you like the show, hit the like button that the internet shakes, and our guest will really appreciate it. Second, subscribe to the channel. It seems that half of our viewers have not subscribed yet. Third and last, hit the bell button that you don't miss any of our further shows anymore. So that was the boring part. Now the more exciting stuff. Let me introduce our guest tonight. It's the first lady on Fireside Chat. I'm really, really excited about it. It took nearly a year that somebody said, okay, I come and do that show with you. Secondly, she is very well known in the German-speaking community, and a lot of people were actually voting for her that she should come here on the show. She's German, like I said. She's extremely charismatic and a very intelligent person. And what makes her even more interesting is she is crazy young, at least compared to me. She is a real investment expert and a YouTube star, and has a lot of things to talk with me about: finance, investing, crypto, and DeFiChain, like all the time. So, with any further ado, here she is. Welcome tonight, ISI from ISI Finance. Hey, ISI, how are
Hello,
you? Hi.
thank you for being part of the Fireside Chat.
Hey, I'm so excited. Hey, it took nearly a year that we have a lady here. And when I started my kind of little core shout out on Twitter, and I said, hey, we really need some females here on the show. A lot of people said, hey, talk to Easy from Easy Finance. And that's why I think you were one of the candidates they were wishing for. And I got you. I'm so happy. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited as well.
Cool. Hey, Easy, you are a full professional. I saw that. You sent me a 7-page briefing document for today's show. Guys, nobody of the boys out there has done that ever. So I'm really, really, really excited. So I don't know if you're going to have time for all of these things, but we want to touch a lot of these topics. And I would say, I don't waste more time. Easy. A lot of people out there might know you, but maybe you could introduce yourself a little bit. Where do you come from? Where are your roots? Just to give the people a little bit some background information.
Of course. Hello, everybody. I'm Isabel, but everybody is calling me Easy. It's my nickname. And I'm 23 years old. I'm an entrepreneur. All of my family are an entrepreneur as well. So I have the spirit from my beginning. Um, and I'm a student as well, but I have to say that the stuff is more like in the background. I'm focusing more on my companies. I have several companies with my family together, with my sisters, with my siblings, my older brother and my twin sister. And our first company was founded in 2017. It's more in the real estate sector. So a lot of our companies are more in the real estate sector. And during this time, I graduated high school. So it was a tough time. And after this, we moved to Frankfurt because the company is the target group is more institutional investors or private equity companies. And I came from a city where it was a small city near Dortmund. So let's be honest, the target group there was not the best. And in Frankfurt, all the big players are here, and real estate business is good here. So we moved to Frankfurt in 2020. And in 2020, we started with Easy Finance. This is our youngest company. And Easy Finance is for education things. We want to educate people in all the financial stuff, not only crypto, all asset classes. And we want to, say that first of all, it's important to invest. Then it doesn't matter how young or old you are and what gender you are. So we want to represent us and want to show, okay, I'm a young girl. I can do this stuff, so you can do everything as well, and you can learn this and you can invest like us as well. So this is the message, and yeah,
Cool.
we have strong community, and in the future I'm looking forward for that more people will join us. We do some events, teach more people, so that the community will grow and grow and grow.
Okay, I find it absolutely amazing. You said you graduated in 2017. Uh, now we have 2022, so that's about 5 years ago. What are you studying?
International management.
International
So
management.
it's more, it's with English and Spanish, but let's be honest, my Spanish is not
That
as
was
good.
my next question. Okay, cool. Hey, fantastic. Absolutely great. So, entrepreneur through and through. You said the whole family is doing this. Finance, I was always very bad in finance in university, right? I studied management as well, so the finance part was always the thing that I was pushing away. Where do you think the love for finance is coming from? Is it really from your parents that they kind of put it into you when you were very young, or how did this grow into you?
Yes, one part is that our family is familiar with this topic, and we always, or we talked about this stuff a lot. But I think when you are an entrepreneur and have companies, you need to look at the financial things, and you need to look, okay, I worked a lot, but the money need to be invested as well, so that it doesn't lose value and everything like this. So I think when you are an entrepreneur and you know how hard you need to work for the money, it's important that after this, the money works as well and generates more value. So maybe these two parts, but for sure, I think our father dominates a little bit more, because we always talked about it. So it was like entrepreneurship and finance stuff. He talked about it with our brother, and as you know, when two people talk about it, like the younger sisters, we want to talk about it as well. So we don't want that that not only these two parts talk about it. So that was the time we started reading some books, watched some YouTube videos, and of course, they both teached us as well, or teach this, but they give us some advices what we need to do. And I'm glad that our father wanted that we learn it as well. So I know some people where the parents do everything, financial things and investment. I think it's important then you do it on your own and invest alone and learn everything alone. And for us, it was a pleasure that we can start so early. So I'm 23, and I can say that I'm at a stage where people at 50 are.
Yeah, I completely buy that. Yeah, absolutely. That's crazy. I think, yeah, especially in that young age, that's absolutely outstanding. Hey, easy. So let's talk a little bit about your family, right? I met your brother already in one of our calls. There's also a twin sister involved in the whole story. And let's talk a little bit about your business areas of business, maybe including, maybe we start about YouTube and what else you do. Tell us a little bit, because I think the YouTube stuff's the thing where most people most likely know you from, but I guess what other businesses you are actually kind of involved, most people might not know so well. So
Yeah, because we talked about it a few, but there aren't things on the internet, so it's like a black box. They know we are in Frankfurt. We have an office in the Opernturm, and that's it. So I think it's important that we talk a little bit about the other companies.
absolutely.
But I think that a lot of people don't know that besides our social media accounts, we have an academy as well, where we teach people and educate them in financial things, so that they can ask questions, and so they are not alone. And I know that when you only learn it from social media, sometimes it's difficult because you have your own problems and can't understand if these things are relevant for you or not. And so we have the Easy Finance Academy where we can talk about their personal situations and their personal problems so that they can invest on their own, but have their own strategy and own portfolio and don't copy anybody on the internet. But let's talk about the other companies. We have a company we have many companies in the real estate sector. The one company who we are most involved or has the most part in our business is the company in the office real estate market. We are a researcher, let's say, so we have an own database with all relevant informations about the office market. Here in Germany, we want to expand this in other big cities in Europe, but maybe in Dubai as well. So that's why we are in Dubai, because the real estate market, not only the office real estate market, but the residential real estate market as well, is very interesting in Dubai. But for now, we focus on Germany and maybe in 2022 other cities in Europe. And we want to have everything up to date, because this is the main problem, that all the things you find in the internet is not up to date. And we search in the city, so we are not searching on the internet. We drove and drive through every city and look, okay, what buildings are standing in front or near the buildings, what's the condition of the building and everything like this. It's easier to say something about the building when you are right next to the building than when you see pictures on the internet. So this is our approach. And we have an own database, an own system, and 2 different apps. And our target group is institutional investors, family offices, private equity companies, and everything like this. And we do it as a family. So our father is sometimes there as well, because he has a lot of knowledge in this sector. And we have some people here who have everything up to date, so that the data is at the best or up to date. And it's good for the people, because you can make better decisions in sale transaction, for buying and selling the property, but for rent transactions as well, because you see, okay, I need something new because I have there is an empty space and I need something to rent the space. And then you can make click, and then you can see potential companies who can rent this place. So it's very easy in handling and good for renting and sale.
How many people are involved in your company? That sounds like quite a big business. I mean, if you do real estate in several cities and you want to branch out to Dubai, is there a big team behind, or is it like really the family taking care of everything?
7. I don't know if it's a big team. So we are 7 people.
Okay.
Here, for us, it was hard to understand that we can't do it on our own, so we need the people. So sharing some things and giving some things to other people, and don't do it on our own, was a little bit hard. But we can't grow and expand when we have other people. So I can not do everything. And it was a little bit mind shifting to know, okay, you need other people to achieve the target you want to achieve.
Yeah, I can fully understand. It's sometimes a little bit tricky, right? All the knowledge, sharing the kind of the inside knowledge to other people. These are the pains of a growing business. Cool. Hey, easy. So a lot of knowledge in real estate. You also said you have a lot of, so the company kind of is split up in different areas of expertise, right? So your brother's taking care of certain areas, your sister, and yourself. So how do you split up the business? Not everybody's really doing everything, right? Or everybody has kind of a special field where they are experts in. How do you
Yeah, because we want to have a good time management and we want to be efficient. And so we decided that we need to separate our fields, and everybody's an expert in some fields. And so I'm focusing on the real estate sector and on the stock research for Easy Finance and for the academy. For example, my sister is more focusing on precious metals and commodities because she finds it very interesting, and so
Okay.
this is her part. And our brother is more in the crypto and more trading because I don't have time to trade, and so this is his part, and more strategic things. So we do the active nowadays, the work that every time is needed, and he's more in the strategic part.
Okay, cool. So you kind of supplement each other very well. Fantastic. But still, you do a lot of stuff with crypto. And that's what we maybe talk a little bit now. So when did you get into crypto? Is it quite a while ago, or are you quite new to the party here?
Middle way, I would say,
Okay.
because I was, I think, 25. I was 15 when I started investing. So when I learned about investing, and then the topic crypto, you be familiar with, but for us it was like a black box because we saw like the returns we saw in 2017, the hype, we saw the crash, but we didn't we our knowledge was very low, so we decided to not invest in crypto or in Bitcoin
Okay.
because
Okay.
for us it's important that we know the asset class or we know the vehicle where we invest. And so we decided that we didn't invest. Yeah, when I look back, maybe it was a bad decision, but
Or maybe not. You never know, right?
um, and in 2018 we got to know Julian Host because we watched other YouTube videos, and
Okay.
then when you watched investing videos, you see on the side a video from Julian, and then you watched the videos from Julian Hosp, and then we started reading his books, and this was the first time when we understood the real value, that Bitcoin, for example, is a real, or crypto is a real asset class. And for us, before it was like nerd gamble or scam is the wrong word, but you don't see the real value when you don't understood the crypto world. And this was the time where we understood it better. And then we learned more about it. We went to events, I think in 2019, before COVID-19, we went to the Crypto Night in Dortmund from Julian Hoss. We talked with other experts about crypto. We started investing with little sums, and we sell properties in our portfolio, real estate properties, in 2018 and through 2019. And a lot of this money flowed to crypto, and we invested in the end of 2018 and in the beginning of 2019 the first relevant sum. So
But
since then,
that was good. That was good timing then, actually, because the crash kind of
yeah,
was over.
but it was not like that. We don't expect this, so it was like, okay, now we know more. We have a little bit experience because we invested little sums, and then we said, okay, this is the future. And that was the time we started investing, and that is the time, since we are crypto fans, we are optimistic for Bitcoin, but for other projects as well. And during this time when you see the development from the euro right now and other currencies, I think that in comparison, Bitcoin has more value and will stay in the future. And I think that, for example, the euro, maybe the time soon is over.
Mm. Yeah, it's crazy. Euro is not doing so well at the moment, right, compared to the dollar.
Yeah. But I
Hey,
think the dollar as well. So the system is it's a broken system, and I think it needs a change. So
okay.
I think maybe in the next years, maybe in 2030, everything like this, there will be a change, and the currency we have right now maybe is then
Kind
not.
of obsolete. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting that your family as investment experts, that you said, so you didn't FOMO in, so you were kind of watching the market for quite a long time and you saw the market go up, but you still didn't put a lot of money in it, right? So you were kind of waiting and then you saw the market crashing and then you said a couple of times when you understood the whole game better, then you really decided to place larger bets. And I think this is so different what many other retail investors do, right? They start FOMOing in and then they buy at the worst possible moment. And no, a lot of people don't really go after education. They don't want to understand it. They just want to make the quick money. You did it actually completely the opposite side. You said you want to understand it, and then you're gonna place your bets. Yeah, but
Yeah,
this you.
we are very rational, and I think it's because we discussed a lot before we invest. So I think that's why we make better decisions, but we make mistakes as well. But I think because we as a family decide where we want to invest and we have different opinions, different point of views, and I think maybe in this situation it was good that we all decide together.
Okay, so how does this work? So somebody, your brother comes up and says, "Hey, that's a cool project. We should do this." And then the whole family sits on the Sunday, have a Sunday brunch and sit together on the table, and then the big discussion kicks off, and you kind of argue, should we go in or should we not go in, or how is the decision making process if you say the whole family is kind of involved?
Yeah, exactly like this. So we have some sums we invest every month,
Mm-hmm.
and we know where to invest, and we know, okay, when this stock falls for 20%, we want to invest. So there we don't need to discuss about it. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, these are the rules, and we do it like this. And when we have a bigger sum because we close a deal or everything like this, then we sit together and we represent our investment approach. So everybody, before our discussion, everybody make some notes and write down what they want to say and how they want to invest and what they want to invest, and then yeah, we sit together and discuss about it. And for us, because work and free time is mixed,
Okay.
so it's not like, okay, stop, family time is over, we talk about it. it's
It's
always
always finance.
it's always fine, it's always company stuff, always. So other people from outside, they say, can you talk about other things? No,
No.
we always talk about these things because it's our hobby, it's our passion, it's our life. I don't know how to explain, but it is like this. And it's not that we think that it's hard work, it's what we want to do.
Okay, so you guys truly enjoy what you do, and
Yeah.
so that's why it's the topic of your life. Okay, I get it. Um, then you guys got into crypto. How did you then? I guess it was through Julian that you got into DeFiChain, right? Because I said you kind of got involved with Julian. Um, but still, I would really like to talk a little bit about why DeFiChain for you guys. I mean, there are a lot of good projects and there are a lot of bad projects out there. And only, I mean, knowing one person, it's a good start. But why do you guys like DeFiChain? What do you think is the interesting part? What made you kind of jump on it?
Yeah, first of all, I think it's important to say that we really have bigger sums only in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and DFE. So these
Okay.
are our big positions, and other coins like Solana, Cardano, we have it as well, but in comparison to Bitcoin and everything like this, small positions or small
Okay.
quantities.
Okay.
And DFE, because we know it since the start, we see the development. There are always new features. You, as an investor, have a lot strategies you can use. You can generate cash flow, which is right now important for us as well. Um, that the community be involved is one good advantage as well, because you have, as the community, the power to decide. Yeah, it can be easier maybe, but you have the power to decide. And for smart people, they can join this as well and can make the DeFi chain even better. So you give smart people the chance to create something, to develop everything. And the topic is important because a lot of common countries have no access to financial things, and you give them the entrance to invest. And so
Mm-hmm.
the topic of decentralized finance for me is interesting as well, and I see no standstill. So the development will grow and grow and grow. Problems like the DUSD token trackled well. So there's always something new, and so many stuff what you can do as an investor. And so, and because we know some people behind the project and some of the community very well, so for us, we have a good feeling. We trust the project, and we see that we all together want the growth, we want to development, and we have all one target. And this is why we invested a lot, or a big sum, in DFE.
Cool. Sounds good. I think that's what we really want to stand for, that we are a very open system, right? I think if you look at other very hype projects where we have zero access to the team, what makes it always very difficult for me to really trust the project. I see it exactly like you, right? It's much easier if you know the people behind, if you maybe can even talk to them or can approach them or can discuss with them, and this openness. And I think that makes DeFiChain really strong, that we have a very good community. And now we
Yeah,
have
because
Easy also as part of the community. Now you're gonna get more and more questions about that for sure as well.
yeah, I think crypto for a lot of people is a black box, and they think that are only scammers. And when you know the people who are behind the project, I think for a lot of
Mm.
people, there are investors, it's important because you can trust them more because you know them.
I, c- I absolutely agree. I think that's very important. And I think when it comes to money, it's anyway a lot about trust, right?
Yeah.
You can always so many projects to choose from, but that's not only in crypto. You might have this in every asset class or every real estate that you buy. There might be players you really want to engage with because you feel very secure and you think they take very good care of the business, and others maybe might have a good deal, but you don't want to touch them, right? I think this
Yeah.
is everywhere the same. Cool. So, okay, now we know how you got into DeFi chain. Tell me a little bit, what is your strategy in DeFi chain? There are so many ways how you can play the game at the moment, right? There are people, I mean, you've been there from the very beginning when lending was there, then staking came, then liquidity mining came, then the dToken came, then the vaults came, the loans came. What's Did your strategy change a lot over time, or do you still do it like at the beginning? How is your DeFi chain game going actually?
Of course, it changed because there are new features,
Okay.
but our investment approach in general, I think it doesn't change.
Okay.
Because I have to say, first of all, we have some things we want to achieve with investing in DFE. So we want to generate cash flow,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have a lot of time to to think about it, because we have our active work, we can do things, but I don't have 10 hours a day to focus on DeFi chain. So these two things need to cover. And for us, investment in general, we want to have low risk and we want to be on the safe side. So we want to cover everything and we don't want to be wrong. So maybe that's why we don't invest in other coins and have a bigger sum only in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and DFE, because we don't want to take unnecessary risk. Maybe we miss chances, but we want to be on the safe side. So this is with our DFE strategy as well. So we have different strategies and everything together. You can see that we don't want to be wrong. So we do staking on Cake, where we are like long DFE, and then we do liquidity mining with, for example, DFE and Bitcoin, or DFE and Ethereum, where we are long crypto. Then like our strategy short DFE is DFE and DUSD token liquidity mining. And the other strategy where we are neutral crypto is dToken and DUSD, or DUSD and dToken. So we want to have all the different strategies so that we are always on the right side. And dToken, we want to replicate our normal portfolio. We have, let's say, a bigger beta portfolio where this is more safe portfolio, and we have like more a short-term portfolio with little sums where we it is more risk on. But with the dToken, we want to be on the safe side, so more safe portfolio. So we invest in all different asset classes. So we want to cover this as well. So we have like metal, commodity, the blue chip stocks, value stocks. We want to cover these with the dToken.
Okay, cool. Wow, that's really interesting. Thanks for explaining that. So you do actually everything that's available out there, and you kind of you broke that very nicely down. Hey, Easy, let us talk a little bit about other asset classes. Let's segue a little bit into stocks and ETFs, because we have now the dToken. So first of all, maybe as a transition question, how do you feel about the dToken at the moment on DeFiChain? What are you missing? Because you said you have your portfolio, right? And you want to replicate in some way your portfolio. I guess the Dicker Council and the community who selected dTokens is not really looking into your portfolio. So how many of your stocks that you selected are we having on DeFiChain roundabout, and what are you missing at the moment? In what direction should DeFiChain go when it comes to stocks and ETFs?
You have a lot of token we have in our portfolio as well.
Okay.
So, but like I said before, we have more the big players like Google, Amazon, and everything like this. More risk off. So things like maybe ARK Invest we don't have. And the value things like Procter and Gamble and everything like this we have as well. I don't know which token. I think it's important to have the big companies or the big stocks, which gives more trust and value. I think this is important, but I can't tell you which token I want to see next. So I think.
So you're quite happy at the moment. What's there?
So I'm fine with this.
Okay, cool, fantastic, good. Now let's go back to stocks. How do you see the market at the moment? How do you feel about the market at the moment?
I feel good because I know why these things are happening, and I know what I need to do. And I see the change in the market last year. So I know that there are several problems and these problems aren't solved. And so I see that there will be a problem, and I know that the central banks are in a bad position and they need to handle inflation, everything like this, but it's hard. And so for me, it was clear that maybe in 2022, the market will be more volatile than the last year. But like I said before, knowledge is in this part important, and I feel good. I think that the time will change a little bit, and the golden times where you invest in everything and all of the stocks go up, I think this time is over. I think it's more difficult to decide which company is good and has real value and which company not. I'm looking for a lower debt because I think maybe the time can be tough, and I don't want to invest in companies which has a lot of debt. But I think there are chances because the market falls, and so you have good chances to buy good stocks. And there always be new winners in crises like this. So it's important to don't give up, to learn more about it, and I think then you can manage these time as well. But we are in a difficult situation because we have a lot of problems, and we have the inflation, but the inflation is an influence, or other problems influence the inflation as well. And I think when the inflation goes down on target percentage of 2% or something like this, what the central banks want, I think the problems aren't solved because supply chain and everything like this, the problems aren't solved when the inflation goes down. So that's why I think that the time is a little bit difficult, and next year and maybe in 2024 it will be difficult as well.
Okay, good. So that means really you see a little bit a longer stretch where we are financially in trouble, so it's not gonna go away so quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, Easy, do you have what's your favorite stock? If you could hold only one stock, what stock would that be? Is there something like a favorite?
Not my favorite, but I think this stock, when I only can
You could
take
hold
one
only
stock,
one stock. Which one would you pick?
I would choose between BlackRock or Berkshire Hathaway because they cover more things, and so I think
Okay.
then I will be on the safe side.
Okay, interesting. Big Berkshire Hathaway fan. Okay, cool. Yeah, Berkshire we've got as a dToken finally since a couple of months now as well, like you know, most likely. Yeah. Cool. Hey, Easy, how do you feel about precious metals? So you know there's this big discussion there, the gold bugs, and there are the crypto fans, and they don't really like each other because one says gold is better, the other one say the real gold is the only thing. Do you hold gold, silver, and what's your take on precious metals in general?
Like I said before, I want to invest in everything. So we invested in gold and silver as well. We have it more physical. So we have physical gold and silver and small amount of things like palladium. But we see it more as an insurance against
Okay.
system crisis. And I don't want to use this physical silver, for example. I hope that there's no situation where I need to use it. But it's like we see that the currencies will lose value, and for us, crypto, but gold and silver as well, will gain more value. And we see that right now it's a tough time for these things because the strong US dollar, and you see a slow economy, which is bad for example, silver. So it's not the best time right now, but I think because, like I said before, there are so many crises and the situation is bad. So I think maybe in 2022 there will be a good year for gold and silver. And like I said before, I want to have it as an insurance. We have in our short-term portfolio, we have mining stocks,
Okay.
like junior mining or mining stocks, gold mining, everything like this, where we want to beat the market. And I'm optimistic, and I want to hold gold and silver for long term, and I think it's good to have, but I can't decide when I need to decide between crypto or gold. I think both are relevant, and both are relevant for your portfolio.
Okay, so you always keep an open mind. You don't want to be an extremist in one or the other side. You'd like to play the market in all possible ways, as I understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I see different use cases. I see
Mm,
silver is important for all the stuff, ESG, green transformation. Crypto is important as well. So they have different use cases. And so for me, I can't decide between one of them.
okay, fully understand. I would like to come back a little bit to the real estate story because I was recently in the UAE and I was quite impressed what Dubai is doing. Not everybody likes Dubai, right? Some people say it's
Yeah.
completely artificial, but I'm living in Singapore. Singapore is also some kind of artificial. I saw a lot of similarities between Dubai and Singapore. The only thing in Dubai is far hotter, and you have a desert while we have the sea out there. Um, why Dubai? Is Dubai just interesting because you said you are in the commercial real estate market? Like it, I mean, there are so many cities out there. Why Dubai?
For us, Dubai is important because we see a growth. They handled COVID-19 way much better than other countries, or maybe comparison to China. They are very open-minded in immigration and everything like this. The system there is very good, and they want to grow together. Yeah, some people are scammers, maybe more than in Germany or something like this, but um, you recognize that money and power is important there. But for entrepreneurs, it's a good place because everybody is an entrepreneur and want to achieve something and want to make more money, and so the opportunities there are better than in Germany. And we see the future of Europe, and especially for Germany, that it is not so bright. So because of the energy crisis and everything like this, for us it's important to have different opportunities where we can work and live. So we decided to have one opportunity in Dubai because of the good growth and of the interesting investment market, because real estate is, in comparison to other big cities, undervalued. Or right now, I think because of the growth, in comparison, it's undervalued to maybe, for example, Frankfurt. Um, that's the reason. And another reason is that there are so many people and so many business opportunities. So not only real estate. If you are, for example, more in the trading commodity sector, it's interesting as well because it's like in the middle of the world. The airport is big, and the haven is big as well. So you can be everywhere very soon, very fast. So for us, it's a good way to have like a second place, and this is Dubai. And yeah, we invested in the real estate market in Dubai because we think there are better opportunities than in Germany right now.
Understand. Could you imagine living there?
No.
Why not? Because for me it would be an option. So I'm quite open. I mean, the heat is maybe a little bit a problem, but I was always completely against this part of the world, right? I had a lot of prejudice before I traveled there, and then I went there and I was actually pretty surprised how easy things there are and how convenient things are, and maybe the weather could be a little bit an issue. Why would you not like to live there?
Um, I think I want to be more flexible, and for like 3 months or something like this, it could be an opportunity, or in the winter. But I think
All year round, too hot.
only living in Dubai is not the best way. So you need to have like my hometown here, I don't want to miss. So you
Okay.
need to have like different places where you can go. Maybe live for 2 months in Spain or something like this. So only living in Dubai for me, no, but partly living in Dubai for, let's say, 3 months is fine. Yeah,
No,
I can imagine.
I completely agree. I think if you have the opportunity to live in different places and can move around, that's the nicest thing to have,
Yeah.
right? Europe in summer, somewhere else maybe in winter. But yeah, you like the winter? You like cold weather?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
So I think in winter I will stay in Dubai because there the weather is much better.
Okay. Which part of Dubai do you like the most?
How to say, I'm always in Business Bay. I all of my people who I know are in Business Bay, so I think for living maybe Business Bay, but the beaches and everything like this. La Mer, I don't know if you know La Mer Beach.
I've been to La Mer, yeah. I've been there.
So I like this place a lot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there are a lot of nice little restaurants and it's nice places to hang out there and trendy
Yeah.
hotels. Yeah, cool. Yeah, hey, a lot of things happening. Hey, that you're involved so long in DeFi chain already, right? You gave us a lot of praise, a lot of good words for DeFi chain, but we know things are never perfect. If you have a couple of wishes or a couple of ideas how we can make DeFi chain better. Let's talk a little bit about that because sometimes people are bitching around a lot. If things, especially if prices go down, there's a lot of unhappiness. I don't want to say that you're bitching around here, don't get me wrong, but I think you gave me some very constructive feedback of what you would like to see improving over time. Let's talk about that a little bit. Where do you think DeFi chain could do better at the moment?
Um, like I said before, with the problem with the DUSD token, I think when this problem is solved, it gives more trust for the people because people don't like, um, yeah, that it's uncertain or not stable. So I think when this problem is solved, um, it it's it is a better version. So maybe listing on other exchanges can generate more trust or more value or make the community even bigger.
Fully agree.
So
Yeah.
Binance, Kraken, something like this. And on the one side, or on the one hand, the power from the community or that they have the power is good. But we talked about it last week that it's quite difficult, the voting process and everything like this. When you make it easier, I think more people will vote and it's good for the community, it's good for the development. So maybe this could be an improvement that
Okay.
maybe more people can vote and make it easier to.
So you said you're staking on Cake, right? So I assume you're voting on Cake. I assume you have more than 20,000 DFI there. So are you executing your vote on Cake? Are you using?
I didn't.
Okay, good. I think the voting story is a very important one, right? So the on-chain governance is really a little bit behind schedule. I think the development team wanted to build this for quite a while already, and I think it's absolutely necessary because I fully agree with you here, right? So in the last voting round, we had like 18 or 20 proposals, and then you have to vote. It's a very cumbersome system. It's not easy, and I think a lot of people just don't vote because it's too complicated.
Yeah.
And of course, also the idea should smaller investors be entitled to vote, right? There's a lot of discussion around that. Yeah, I agree. And the larger exchanges, I'm fully with you. What's your favorite exchange? What are you guys using the most actually? Besides KuCoin, because there's DFI listed most likely, but what's your favorite exchange at the moment?
We use Kraken.
Okay. Did,
So we split all of our money. So like we split and invest in different asset classes. So we split and invest in different exchanges, but Kraken maybe, yeah.
Yeah, they're very trustworthy. I used them for a long time already. The good old Kraken. That was the first exchange I ever bought any crypto on. That was in 2017. They had more or less no coins, right? They had like, I don't know, 20 different coins. And when I got on it 2017, I was buying one coin after another. And I was always buying the one that was green, right? So I jumped from Melon to Bitcoin, from Bitcoin to Ethereum, from Ethereum to Ripple, whatever. I had no clue. So I was completely different from you guys. I knew Bitcoin, and Julian said, buy Bitcoin, 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 and Ethereum, and leave all the fingers from everything else. But I bought everything, right? Of course, I didn't listen. And I was so lucky, and I made a lot of money, and I lost 90% of everything then in the crash 2018. Because at that time, then I reached the peak where I went into every ICO out there and in every shitcoin under the sun. So I learned it the hard way. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So larger exchanges, completely agree. On-chain governments to make the voting process easier for the community, and solving the DSD issue. I completely agree. I think these are our three biggest things. And then, of course, I think a big chance for DeFiChain in the future is the DeFi meta chain that the core development team is working on, just to make it more interoperable with other projects and that people can build easier on. I think this is something. Hey, talking about building, have you ever thought about doing a project on DeFiChain? Too busy, no idea, not the right people to do it with. What's your take on that? Ever considered doing something?
No, but maybe in the future. Right now, I don't have an idea, but maybe when I think about it, maybe
Okay,
I will
cool.
find an
Yeah,
idea.
we need a project run by you guys, I think, in the future. It would be really
I
nice
will
to have.
talk with my brother later, and maybe he knows something.
Maybe you have a good idea. Maybe let's talk. Good. So the dToken we spoke about. Hey, where do you see the prices going in general? So let's talk the crystal ball a little bit.
Yeah.
So in general, we spoke about the classic stocks out there. You said we're gonna be in trouble over the next 1 or 2 years, at least. Where do you see Bitcoin price going this year? I know this is a nearly stupid question already, but do you see we're gonna have a new all-time high this year? Maybe how do you feel about crypto in general? And then of course I have to ask you the questions. Where do you think DFI can go long term? Let's talk about the market in general, the crypto
I
market.
think that maybe in the end of 2022, they will be uh, the market will go high, so it will raise. But in 2022, 23, I think this could be a critical time.
Okay.
Crypto, I think maybe we see like a bottom formation, so it will pending and maybe will stay at 20,000, 22, something like this. It can go because I think that the market in the end of the year will go up. I think crypto maybe as well.
Okay.
I don't think that we see new all-time highs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so because the situation is the same. It's critical, and people go more on value things, risk off investments.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see the new all-time high, but I don't know.
Who knows, right? Who knows?
Um,
Yeah.
but in the long term, for me, because I don't see a future in the currencies, and I think that Bitcoin and other crypto coins are the future. And in the long term, I'm very optimistic for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for DFE. But I think in this year, no all-time high.
Okay, cool. So play it safe. Where do you see DFI price going in the long term? You know, we have this slogan, Road to 50.
Road to
Do you think
50.
that's achievable? Do you think that's a crazy dream that some crazy guy from Austria came up with? Or is it, how do you feel about it?
I think everything is possible
Mm-hmm.
when there is a when the development goes on like this. you grow the community, more trust, more value, other exchanges, you have a use case, maybe some other countries will join. So that's not only in Europe, so that maybe other countries will know about more
Mhm.
about this project. I think Road to 50 is possible, but not this year and maybe not next year, but in the long term, yeah, because it's a very good project. And we talked with other people about it,
Yeah.
because we always think that we are in a DFE bubble, but other people from the crypto space who are no coiner of DFE are are interested in this project as well, and
Okay.
see the future and see the use case and see the value. So when they see it as well, I think everything's possible.
Okay, that's interesting that you see that because this bubble is a big thing, right? So I
Yeah.
always think everybody knows about crypto, and then I have people invited for dinner, and we start talking, and then I see very quickly they have no clue what I'm talking about, and then I switch some gears down and I start talking about Bitcoin, and I still don't really get some positive reaction because I just see they really don't know yet, and then I see, okay, I'm in this bubble, right? But it's really interesting that you say people outside DFI, outside DeFi chain, have DeFi chain on the radar
Yeah.
slowly but surely. Okay, that's good. That's of course good to hear. I think, like you said, we need larger exchanges gonna help. Also, a proper listing on CoinMarketCap might help, right? People have a very short-sighted approach. They look on CoinMarketCap, don't see a project, they think the project is garbage or crap or whatever. That would for sure help. Yeah, and then of course a lot of positive promotion. Have ambassadors like you out there who also kind of spread the good word. That always helps, of course, a lot. Hey, easy. We are coming slowly but surely to an end. I think you said to me at the very beginning, a lot of people are in a very negative mood at the moment, right? They kind of, it's doom and gloom, prices are down, we are not making as much cash flow at the moment because the DFI price is down. Maybe a couple of closing statements from your side. How should people see these times? Because I think it's always very easy to be happy and in a very awesome mood if the prices climb and your portfolio grows and the world is a fantastic place, right? And then it goes the other way around, and then projects fail and people lose money and less income, and they have to scale down their costs. And what would you tell these people out there as an investment specialist? How should they deal with these times? And is it as bad as they see it, or what would you say?
Yeah, first of all, I don't want to be a crash prophet when I
Okay.
say that in the next year or in
No,
this year, maybe
you try to be
will
very
be
realistic
volatile.
about things, I guess, right?
Yeah, I want to be realistic, and I
Mm.
don't want that the people lose money. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's important to say that there are chances as well, and we generate good return in this time because we know where to invest.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, I think, the most important thing, that you know why this is happening
Okay.
and where you can invest in. So you can be a winner. You can learn more. You have a lot of time to learn more. And one thing is, don't don't give up. You, I think a lot of people see their investment as the long term, and because everything goes down right now doesn't mean that it will goes down in 10, 20 years. So it's a good opportunity to buy good coins and good stocks at a good price. So you need to do more research because some projects will fail. But when you do your research, take your time, learn about these things, everything is possible. And when you see it in the long term, right now is the best time to buy all these good stocks at a low level or good coins at a low level. So take the chance.
Cool. Yeah, good point. It's always crazy, right? Prices go up, everybody wants it. Prices go down, everybody's scared, nobody wants it. I saw this very nice picture where you have like these two counters and they sell Bitcoin 68,000 and everybody's queuing up, and then it's Bitcoin 20,000 and nobody wants to go there. I think it's very important. Psychology is really a very
Yeah.
crazy thing, right?
They don't understand that the value can be the same and the adoption goes on, and yeah, maybe you don't see it right now in the prices, but it still goes on. So for you, it's the best chance right now to buy, because it's the same. Bitcoin is the same 60 or 20. It doesn't change. It be better and the adoption is better, but people don't see it.
Absolutely. Cool. Easy. This was a lot of ground that we covered today, looking at my show notes there. Was really insightful, was really cool. How can people reach you if they want to reach out to you, if they want to get in touch, if they want to get information, maybe if they want to do business with your company? How can they reach you? What's the best way to get in touch?
The best way, I think, is Instagram, Easy Finance.
Okay, Easy
I think
Finance.
this is the best way.
One of the best company names I've heard for a long time, actually. It's so...
Easy Finance, finance is easy.
Yeah, exactly. The slogan is absolutely brilliant. Congratulations. Who found the slogan? Who was it? Was it you? Was it your sister? Was it a cooperation of the family again?
It was all together, yeah. It was Easy Finance was clear that we that our name is this name, and finance is easy. It was a decision in 2 seconds, I think. So
Fantastic. Very well done. Hey, Easy. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being the first woman on DeFiChain Fireside Chat. I hope we see more from you. And I would be really stoked to do some kind of cooperation with you guys. I think you do a great job. You and your family. Say hi to everybody. Really looking forward to see you in a physical meeting sooner or later, or when I come to Frankfurt, or maybe another crypto event or whatever. Or if you're in the region, then please let me know. Anytime, happy to meet up.
I hope that I don't be the last woman here, so
Absolutely.
that other women will see it and have the power and say, okay, I can show myself and say something, because it's important that other women do things I do and show that we can be good investors as well.
Wow, cool. This is like we planned that you said it, but this was Easy's own idea now. Hey, yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks. Shout out to all the girls out there, all ladies. I spoke to a couple of them already, and I have one or two other in the pipeline. But if you are out there and you have an exciting story to tell, and I always say every story is an exciting story, right? Because Easy, the crazy thing is, when Daniel Kagara came on the first Fireside Chat, everybody said, I can never come on Fireside Chat. My story is not exciting. And I think we had now 10 Fireside Chats, and every story is so unique and every story is special again. So don't be shy. You don't have to be Easy. You don't have to be a Dr. Kagara. Every story is exciting. Easy. Thanks again for coming.
Thank you
And
for your time.
Very welcome.
For the possibility to be here.
Yeah, awesome. I love it. Hey, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Leave us a like, connect with Easy, and we link up her channel also in the show notes if you're not following her. And she's doing a great job out there. Have a nice evening. Thank you very much.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.